Hi, my name is Desiree, and this is Stories by Desiree. So I'm excited to see that I have 25 to 30 subscribers, and I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you for watching. Um, Thank you for buying my book if you purchased my book. And if you didn't know, I have a poetry book out called Stay at Home Cause for Poetry, and it's about me embracing my voice and going over the different stages of my life in society, in my relationships, both friendships, family, and romantically, kind of, but not really. More about friendships and family, and then also about me emotionally and how I've internally held my voice within. And this book is my first step of releasing and opening up and embracing my voice and entering this next stage of my life, which is forgiveness for myself and some people in my life. So yeah, if you'd like to read that, you can read it in the links below. I would appreciate it, and then you could also leave a review. But I'm making this video to introduce myself and also to just celebrate you watching my videos and just share more about me. And also I think this video will cheer me up because today I'm not feeling 50-50, but I'm feeling like 70-30. 70% good, fine, all right, and 30% heavy. And just processing a lot. And so I'm hoping this video will cheer me up because yesterday or 2 days ago, I wrote a list of fun facts about me as an author, or just as a writer also. And so it's cool now that I get to share it. So yeah, I think this would be good for me. Today is like a take a bath type of day. But I'm probably just gonna end up taking a shower and trying to just wash off and refresh that way. I also haven't eaten yet, so I need to do that because I only had like a small brunch. Then I took a nap to relax myself. My computer is what is holding you. You are on my phone, but my computer is what's holding you. So if I move my mouse, it's because my computer might go to sleep, and then the lighting, I make it darker. I don't know, because my light in my kitchen is on, so who knows. But if you see my hand, that's what I'm doing. But what was I saying? Yes, eating. And so after the nap, I should be eating now, but I haven't yet. Today is May 16th, 2023, and it's 8:17 p.m. I'll eat dinner after this. I wanted to make potatoes, but I don't think I feel like it, so I'm probably just gonna have tenders by itself. And I did just eat my favorite type of chips, sour cream and onion chips. And so maybe that'll help with like something to eat with it. But yeah, I go to grocery shopping tomorrow, so that'll be helpful for more food. But yeah, let me share some fun facts about me because I appreciate you watching my channel or joining me. Sorry, and joining me along my author journey. So I will be looking at my computer for my notes though, so there's that. So 1, I'm a slow reader. And I need to read more. Right now, surprisingly, I am juggling an audiobook, an ebook, and a physical book. It's a hardcover book. I am balancing them both, not both, it's 3 of them. So I'm balancing them all, and I'm trying to finish them. But it's taking me long. I did start last year or 2 years ago a new thing for myself to read once a week, a chapter a week, and I have fallen out of that routine sometimes, and then tried to catch up or tried to get back into it. And I read this week, and I think I read last week and the week before, so I'm kind of back in it, but I'm realizing a chapter a week is still, it's something, and so that's why I started that kind of new thing for myself to incorporate in my schedule. But it's still taking me long to read things, and so I may have to try for 2 or 3 times. a week and joining like author sprints or writer sprints or just sprints, and some that happen in the morning. I can tell you two that have helped me read that happened in the morning for me. My time is Morgan Lee and I'm forgetting her name, but I really enjoy her videos. She has reading sprints. I see her face. I'm gonna just pop it here, but it would have been amazing if I remembered. No, because I appreciate her. She's great. But yeah, I'll just pop it here. But yeah, so they have been helping me get back into reading. And so I appreciate that. And it's been helpful like when a student isn't calling me, because I work virtually online. And so when a student isn't calling me, I have like that 5-minute break and I get a little bit of reading in, because I'm also have another tab open watching their sprints. So that's nice. Number 2, I don't drink coffee. A fun fact about me is I don't drink coffee, and I kind of drink tea when I'm sick, but I also don't really drink tea. Number 3, I don't like to keep track of writing my word count, but instead just writing scenes. I don't keep track of my progress at all. Besides, writing something is better than nothing. So yeah, I don't like to keep track of my progress through word count. That doesn't help me, and that's not how it works for me. It's just about writing a scene, writing a chapter, just writing things down. And if I do that, that's progress. If I edit a scene, that's progress. And so I don't necessarily, I guess, keep track of like how much did I complete this week. I don't do that. It's more of like, did I write this week? Did I edit this week? Did I do something relating to writing this week? And I have said in other videos, but I'll say it again. As of right now, I only write 2 or 3 times a week, and I don't like that for myself. And so I want to try to bump it up to at least 5 times a week. And writing sprints on joining like writing sprints on other people's channels have helped, but I also need to find a way for myself to just keep writing or keep editing. All right, number 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wow, I spoiled 4. So I said I don't write every day, but I'm working to bump up writing from 2 or 3 times a week to at least 5 times a week. I spoiled number 4. All right, number 5. I've never written in a bookstore or library, besides probably my high school and college libraries. Maybe I wrote, because I know definitely in high school I was writing, so probably in high school, maybe in college, maybe more in my dorm in college, I don't know. Oh, I guess for classes though, probably in the library, maybe. Yeah. And I've only written at a cafe or a restaurant once in my lifetime so far, and so I do want to try to like write in a bookstore, write in a library, find more cafes or somewhere to write at, to just try it and see if it works for me. I'm especially excited for library, trying to write in the library. I think that'll be, I won't say that'll probably be my number 1, because I wrote at Panera recently. If you want to watch that video of me going on a date with myself, well, talking about it. I don't show much because I want it to live in the moment, but I talk about it. And so Panera, it was nice writing at Panera. So if I could find another place similar to that vibe to write at, that would be nice. All right, number 6. I've never been on a writing retreat, but I would like to, whether it's by myself or with other writers. So yeah, those are some of like the things I've never done or the things I don't like or don't do. And now I'm gonna change to what I have done. About me. So I have tried to check out and join writing clubs or meetups. So yeah, I have done some local things in college where there was like a meetup with writers and they were just sharing their work, and that was cool to do, and I liked that. But I haven't done that since. I'm not gonna spoil one because I think I share about one. Oh, maybe I don't. Watch, I'm just skipping too fast. But a side note to that is that I have done like open mics, and that's what I'm trying to embrace more this year. And so that's also is connecting with other writers, poets, and just people in the community, and I like that. So for the I haves or the more about me, this is number 2. I am a part of a critique group, but it's a children's critique group. So I did meet with an almost potential critique group, not for children's books, but that didn't really work out, I guess, because no one has contacted me back, and that's okay. My timing, my schedule, and my budget right now, I wouldn't have been able to do it like I wanted to. But also that may not be true because maybe I would have tried to incorporate it and make it work for my schedule. So it just all depends, and it's okay. I'll hopefully find a critique group or just get to know you guys more in the community and talk about writing or work on things and process things together. And then number 3, I did major in English with a concentration in creative writing. So yes, that's what I studied, and I minored in sociology. I have taken number 5. I have taken a screenplay writing course. Number 6, I do write in different writing styles, but the only ones I share are poetry or my stories. But I do write songs sometimes. I'm working on a play, and I'm working on 1 or 2 screenplays. So I do write in different styles, but I don't necessarily share them because 1, I'm not a singer, and 2, because it's not the style I write in most. I think it's taken me longer to finish it. And also, like for example, for playwriting, I don't know the correct way of, or the form of writing that. So I'm writing it like a story first. And I may know a little bit because screenplay and play are kind of similar with kind of directions a little bit, I think. But again, I don't know the correct form for playwriting. And so I'm writing it like a story. And then I would have to take that next step to form it like a play. And I have read plays in high school, maybe once in college, and I still have them, or the ones I liked anyway, I still have them. And so I could look to that for guidance, but it's just about figuring it out. And yeah, songs, like I said, I'm not a singer, but also, this is just me, but I really like some of the songs I made, and I could see them being hits, and I don't know if that's just me being biased, but I really, really want them to like get a following or get big, like these songs. And so I want to try to like, I don't even know how to find people to sing it, but I want to send these lyrics to someone that I think is right for the song. And I just want it to get the viewing that I think it deserves. And so I have to figure that out. And so that's why I don't share the songs, or it may be very, 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 very rare for me to share any type of lyrics, because I want to make sure I'm sharing it correctly and I'm giving it to the right person to have it become what I envision it to become, if that makes sense. And of course, it may go in a different direction, but if at least it comes close, even if it doesn't get that big viewing, but someone views it or someone hears it, or it just happens like for me, the song becomes what I've pictured it as becoming, even if no one else gets to experience it, that would be very cool and very like, yay, this song came to life. I don't know what number we're on. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have to move you for a second. I do think of a story or scene ideas at night or in my dreams, and I try to remember them or write them down, but some dreams I don't remember when it turns to morning time, sadly. So yeah, I do tend to stay up at night sometimes because an idea comes to me, and I either think about it a lot and don't write it down, or I turn over, get on my phone and write it down, because I know I should keep a notebook near me and I should write it down that way so I'm not having the blue light and I'm not having the screen's brightness, even though I turn it down, but I shouldn't have that shining on me when I'm about to go to bed. I do know. And I collect notebooks, fun fact, so I should keep a tiny notebook next to me, but I also don't like to write in my notebooks. I collect them, I don't write in them. But I should buy a designated notebook just for writing down ideas, scenes, and late night thoughts, or my dreams. But I don't as of right now. Tell me, do you? Do you use a notebook to write down your scenes or ideas or thoughts or dreams? Are you similar to me or like me and you don't yet and you still use your phone? And then the next one, I literally can't see, so 1 second, we're gonna get closer. Okay, so I read the last two, so now I don't have to move you. So the next one is, I have been writing since I was 8 years old. And I think I want to share my first memory of writing in a separate video, but I am excited to share it. I am, and I've thought about this video for a minute now. That's an interesting phrase. I've thought about this for a minute. Like, it hasn't been a minute. Like, that phrase is like for a short period of time, but it wasn't today. And that's so interesting. Like, why do we say that? Or who made that a phrase for a minute? And this is something my partner could tell you. This is something I've been noticing about phrases, and I've been trying to, like, take a step back and think about phrases. I started this last year and I'm continuing it this year, but it's kind of like, how do we say the literal meaning instead of the phrase? So for example, I've been thinking about sharing that video about my memory of when I first started writing for, I guess I could say, for a while now, or since last year. That's what I meant by a minute. So it's not this year, it's not this month, but it hasn't been like, oh, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. No, it's been for a few months. Yeah. So yeah, that was a side note, tangent. But the last one is just sharing that I am an introvert and quiet person. And I don't know how I come across on screen. But that is a part of my personality. I tend to be a listener. I tend to observe people and just view people to get to know them, even in a conversation, or even if I'm not in that conversation. That's like how I get the vibe of people. And I am trying to work on it in certain aspects, especially because I am sociable, or social as well. I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but I am social as well. I do enjoy people, but I'm also more quiet and just need to get to know you, I guess, before I show even like all of my personality. Like, it's a long journey to get to know all of me. And I guess it relates to that Monique Mensa, who is a writer and also a coach. Well, I don't want to say also a coach, because I know she's been like in and out of being able to mentor or guide people on their writing journey. But I know she knows she's helpful, and she knows that she kind of wants to still do it because she's planning a retreat in Mexico right now. I do not know if it's still available, but if you join her mailing list, you can find out more about that. But she always says the key just for like selling books and people buying any type of product or thing you sell is about the like, know, and trust. They first want to have to like you, then they got to get to know you, then they have to trust you. And so that, I feel like that's, well, for me anyway, I guess I can't speak for everyone, but that's how I work with getting to know someone. I first have to see if I'm gonna like them and if they're gonna like be in my life for a while. Then get to know them to just see how they are, what do they do in life, how do they perceive life, what are their actions, what are their words, and is it similar to mine, and do I get to learn from them, do they help push me? And then the trust, if I trust that I can go to them for certain things or have that support from them, then I will share more and then I will go to them more. So it's that like, know, and trust. And I am still figuring that out when it comes to how I present myself and how I want people to connect with me and on my Instagram and on my YouTube. I'm still figuring that out. But I think I think the key that I'm figuring out that I want to share is stress and upbringing, because my characters tend to go through like an emotional roller coaster sometimes. And so that's that stress, and it tends to be them, you either see their journey from young child to adult, or you're meeting them at teenage years or adult years, or young adult years, or young adult years. And so it's like how their upbringing has affected them and how they perceive the world, the actions they make, and how they perceive themselves, or how they act in society or act around their family or act in their relationships. And I think that really relates to me and just how I look at myself and think about stress or think about my parents, my brother and I, and my upbringing. And then what's the other part to like how I'm trying to present myself? Oh, but just trying to also give hope. And so like I want to give hope at the end of my stories. And so I want to try to give hope, or what's it called? Cheer you on through your journey. I want to make sure that I'm either having a video that inspires you and makes you feel not alone, or I have a video that makes you smile, because like I share, I like corny jokes, I like punny things, and so I share that. I share punny jokes that I either made or that I found because it makes me smile, and I think you may need that. And so it may be different, and you may say, how is that related to your author journey? Because it's a part of me, and because we need smiles along the way. Because it can be stressful having to figure everything out as an author. Because Love Qualified said in one of her videos that I recently watched about how we do everything. And a lot of authors have talked about this, but Love Qualified is who I watched recently. And yeah, she was talking about like how we do everything, and how it's just a lot to juggle sometimes, and it can be overwhelming. And it's true. It's true. So if I can make a video that makes you smile and it's still related to writing, yeah. Because for example, it comes out tomorrow, but by the time this video is out, you will have seen it, or maybe you didn't know about it, so now you should see it. I made a May jokes video, and it's a Tumblr story. Do you remember Tumblr? Did you ever have a Tumblr? But But yeah, it's a Tumblr story I wrote 7 years ago. 7 years ago. And it was still punny. I liked it. So if you want to read that, or not read that. I mean, you could pause the video and read it yourself, or you could just watch the video and hear me read it. So yeah, so that's still relating to writing because I wrote that story, but it has puns in it. So yeah. So that's just about me. Thank you again for 25 to 30 subscribers. Yay! That makes me happy that my channel is growing and I'm reaching people, and I'm still figuring out what I want to share in shorts, in the shorts videos, but I'm trying to do both. And again, I appreciate you following me along my journey. If you want to buy my poetry book, again, it's Stay at Home Cause for Poetry. I would be very thankful, and you could also leave a review. And thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, just write. Write your story, and take care.